Hi everybody, I know I look so crazy today. Today I had my fat graft in my forehead, but I wanted to update you guys on what's happened with me getting scammed out of $5,000. So when I went in today to do my fat graft, I went to talk to the accounting department, which was the same girl that I spoke to when I came in initially for my consultation. I told her my issues that I was having with the final surgery amount that I was given on the consult day. And again, going back and forth with me, the whole nine. They even withheld my passport to ensure that they got their payment from me, which I learned is actually illegal. And it's under Korean consumer laws that it is illegal to withhold passports from foreigners or anyone in general to ensure that they get their payments. And I didn't know this until today. So I went in there today with that in my back pocket, and I asked for my old chats with them that I had with my other number, because when I had initially went for my consult, she told me that I didn't approve the facelift, and so because I didn't do that, when I sent a deposit, it was for this, and this. Girl, why today when I looked at the chat, I specifically asked for an estimate for everything that I have done on my face right now. And then they told me that I needed to have a deposit for those procedures, which I did. So she lied to me, straight to my face. Not only that, they were just going back and forth with me because I didn't specifically say I certainly, definitely want to get the facelift. I said I want an estimate for all four of these things. So they try to rebuttal and use that to their advantage, which they had no clause for, because in my messages it was very clear that I reiterated 3 times that I wanted to get the facelift. So charge $5,000 more because of the taxes than I was initially quoted just January 18th. So when I had my estimate from way before January 18th, I already initialized payments once I got that estimate. So that should have locked in my final price. So the fact that I got there for my consult and they bumped up one of the procedures $3,000 more after I had already initialized payment for my estimate, it's illegitimate. So I went there with all this stuff in my back pocket. It's illegal for you guys to withhold my passport from me. I could get the embassy involved, the authorities involved, and my lawyer involved. 2, it's very clear in all of the messages what I was asking for an estimate for, what I was quoted, and what you guys clearly confirmed. So finally, I broke this fucking bitch down. Finally broke her down. And I don't know if it was like me mentioning the lawyer or me mentioning the whole Korean consumer law thing, that she started looking at her phone, texting whoever, and she's just like, okay, I need to okay this from other people. It can't just be me saying that I agree. It can't just be me approving this, your old estimate. I need to bring this to my higher ups. So she's gone for a minute, right? Finally, she comes back, but it's not her that comes back. It's Esther that comes back, the person I've been talking to for the past 3 years. So Esther comes back, and she's like, Miranda, I just want to apologize for everything that you've been dealing with. We are going to acknowledge the old estimate that we gave you, and I just want to apologize on behalf of everyone here that it should have been me that you were dealing with, and yada yada yada. This is what we're gonna honor, and this is the taxes that are gonna be included, and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, finally. Like, why did I have to go back and forth with you guys on 2 different occasions to get what was rightfully, to get justice? To get justice. Like, it was all there, plain as day. You guys saw the text messages from my old messages where I mentioned multiple times that I wanted to get the facelift. So it was a headache, okay? It was a headache. But I'm glad I persevered. I'm glad I pushed through. I'm glad that I did my research, okay? ChatGPT is absolutely amazing. Because listen, when I walked up in there with this information, they were shaking in their boots, okay? Shaking in their boots. And it just got me thinking, like, how many more people that are out there that get ripped off, that get abused because they're foreigners. Like, we all don't have access to our phones and all this vast information. I'm really thankful that I had the freaking common sense to go on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT if it's legal for a plastic surgery clinic to withhold my passport. Like, I'm so thankful I did that, because had I not done that, I would have been $5,000 in the hole. 5 more thousand in the hole. Like, could you imagine flying 16 hours, right, to get into a back and forth argument with a consultant over a price that you were quoted just a month before, and then her fighting with you and telling you that this is the price now when you already initialized payment towards a agreement that was already solidified way back when? To deal with that and to feel like you don't want to do the surgery anymore, and canceling a procedure after flying 16 hours and losing out on $4,000 in flights and your accommodation. Dude, that would have been so wicked. Like, luckily, thankfully, I'm in the position that I'm in to be able to afford the surgery and afford, like, this whole fiasco. Because what if I didn't have that extra $5,000 to give them? And I went back home, flew back home with my tail between my legs, having to rearrange my flight and hopefully get a full refund on the accommodation that I just booked for a whole month. Like, come on. So I just say this to say, people, please do your research, okay? Whatever you're not sure about, go on ChatGPT, okay? Consult lawyers if you need to. But be your own best advocate, okay? Be your own best advocate. Don't let these people break you down. Don't let these people abuse you. Don't let these people take advantage of you because you're a foreigner and they don't think that you know any better. Be 10 steps ahead when it comes to these certain arrangements, these certain things, okay? Make sure that when you get an estimate from any plastic surgery place that you're considering going to and you've been chatting with, make sure that they send you a clear estimate that includes whatever tax that they charge in their country, okay? clear estimate of taxes, okay? And an itemized estimate of everything that you want to get done. So itemized estimate, make sure the taxes are included in the estimate, and make sure that when you send your deposit, you're locking down the prices for those procedures that are in that estimate. That way, when you go for your consult, they don't try to play a whole, game with you, make you run loops to pull more money and drain more money out of you. Okay? Be smart, be diligent, and don't give your passport to nobody. Okay? And know where your embassy is just in case you need them for any occurrence. Okay? Get your embassy number down, embassies numbers down. Know the numbers for the authorities in case that you need to call them if you're going to do procedures abroad. Okay? Just don't lay on your back. Don't just lay on your back and let them you. Okay? But yeah, I got my $5,000 back. Woohoo. I'm gonna be a paralegal after this when I tell you that I was so happy. Like, I felt like I won the trial of the year. I'm gonna be a paralegal after this, or a lawyer, who knows. But that really had something stirring up in my blood that was just like, girl, this is your calling. You gotta do this. You gotta represent people. Represent the people, people that don't have it in them to speak up for themselves. Like, I'm really proud of myself for sticking to my guns and for showing up for myself. I was ready to go in there and pay that 5.5K. So ready to go in there and just pay it and just get it over with. But something in me was just like, no, this is not right. Like, you should not be paying this much money after you were already given a price quote that, there's a verbal agreement, not even verbal, a written agreement, like, I'm really, really happy with the way I handled the situation and things, and I hope that people see this and take something from it, and not only take something from it, but put these notes in the back of their mind if they're planning on going to study abroad. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. If you guys are planning on doing any surgeries abroad, okay, I want you guys to keep these keynotes in your back pocket. Look up the embassies, look up the authority numbers just in case, and don't give any of these clinics your passport, even if they say we need to hold on to your passport for X, Y, and Z. They don't gotta do shit with your passport, okay? They don't need your passport for nothing, okay? And if that happens, you can get the embassy involved and the authorities involved, okay? But yeah, guys, I love you. This is how I'm looking today. I feel like I'm not really looking much different than how I looked the other day. I'm getting my stitches removed tomorrow from the inside of my mouth and from here. Hopefully they take off this tape too. It's really oily. My skin's been so oily and just like I've been getting little whiteheads everywhere. It's gross. And I've been washing my face and it's just like nothing's doing it at this point. So yeah, guys, bye.